How you do, folks? I'm Gary and this is the Cult of Drummer. Welcome back, folks, to another wee episode here in the dining room with myself. What we're going to go for this wee review is a Loch Lomond. We'll get this one into the glass and we'll have a wee chat. It's a good wee glug as it goes in there. Loch Lomond, we've looked at a couple of other expressions from there before. I think maybe the original and I don't know, is it like a 12-year-old, something like that. Loch Lomond, it's technically a Highland distillery. It's on the lower side of the Highlands, just kind of above Glasgow. What's the name of the place? Depending on where you come from, Balloch. It's kind of trying to think of the nearest area to it. It's north of Glasgow, sort of Dumbarton area. So like I said, it's technically a Highland whisky. The distillery itself has lots of different expressions that they put out, sometimes under different names. Inchmurrin, Inchmoan, and things like that. They are a distillery that does grain whisky as well as malt whisky. So there's lots of sort of things going on at this distillery. They use different types of stills for different types of whiskies. They produce a malt whisky that comes out as a grain whisky because of the type of still it goes through. So they're quite a sort of exploratory distillery. This one we've grabbed here is 18-year-old Loch Lomond. It is a peated whisky, but as we get into it we'll figure out that it's not one of these heavily peated, it's more a sort of subtly influenced peated, and we'll have a wee look at that. Now this one has been matured, I believe, in oak casks, American oak casks. I'm told there's 3 different sort of types of American oak casks. Not a massive amount of information about what's different about the oak casks. They've maybe come from slightly different distilleries out in America or something like that. But 3 different types of American oak casks have gone into the 18 years of maturation for this whisky. And as I said, it's there is a peat element in there, so we're going to expect that when we go in for the wee sniff. There's still a freshness in there, even for an 18-year-old whisky. There's still almost like a young freshness in there, clean, crisp freshness. There is apples. Maybe even getting some sort of berries in there, red berries. It's kind of influencing a thought of raspberries, and I don't like raspberries, but it's quite nice. When I say I don't like raspberries, I'm quite fussy with berries. It's like I like strawberry taste, but I don't like strawberries, and I like the taste of raspberry, but don't like raspberries. But yeah, I'm a wee bit fussy like that, and that annoys the hell out of me. But yeah, there's an appleness, red berries, sort of fresh cleanness, and I'm not going to say I'm getting a peatiness, but I'm getting this slight maybe old musty leather chair kind of thing hanging around in there. Yeah, just towards the end of it there's that musty, you know, the chair that the old man sat in for the last 30-40 years smoking his pipe, that kind of influence on it. Quite pleasant. The peat's definitely there on the palate. It's more that soft vegetal peat. You'll sometimes get hard peat, what I would call hard peat, and you get the difference. You get soft peat. Hard peat, I think, comes from decomposed trees, whereas there's more of vegetal peat, which will come from decomposed plants, mosses, heathers, things like that. So it's a softer peat. I've sometimes described it almost as being peat light, you know. It's there's an influence of the peat, there's a slight medicinal taste on the back end of the palate. The sort of fruitiness that was on the nose is not apparent to me on the palate. It's more the peaty, smoky tobacco-ness that's more on the palate. Yeah, there's a pepper as well, chili type pepperish, red pepper. Do you know what? It's almost like if you've ever picked the jalapenos off a properly cooked pizza. There's that. If you've had a almost well done pizza when it's starting to go quite crisp, pick the jalapeno cherries. The jalapeno peppers off there, so you've got that burnt spiciness coming through, and it's in there. It's quite nice. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying that. That's not bad. 46% ABV, so it's a decent ABV. It's not massively high, but for a core range dram, 46% is nice. It is non-chill filtered, but we know that a lot of the stuff that comes out of Loch Lomond has a bit of colour added to it. Michael Hendry, the master distiller there, openly admits he'd love to kind of move away from that, and they're doing that in some of the drams. But at the moment, for cosmetic purposes, there's still a little bit of colour added to a lot of their whiskies. But as I say, they'll openly admit it is non-chill filtered. They don't hide the fact that there's colour in there, and it's at 46%, so it's not bad. I was having a wee look online before I did this. Your 70cl bottle of this rocks in at about £75 to £80 depending on your retailer, so it's not overly expensive, but it's not a cheap dram. But I'll tell you what, it's actually quite a decent dram. I'm quite enjoying this little one here, and I think once I've stopped recording this, I'm probably going to finish off what's left in this bottle here. So yeah, Loch Lomond 18-year-old. Yeah, I'd definitely give that one a back, guys. It's lunch.